Hello everyone and welcome to Newsert. I am your humble host Cody, and on the show today we review the new found footage horror film The Gallows, and let's just say that things aren't going to be pretty. Now for those that don't know, I'm a huge horror fan, and due to the hundreds of horror films that I've seen in my lifetime, I should probably admit that I've become a bit jaded over the past few years. I mean, is it just me or has horror hit a rut the past few years? Sure, there's the rare exceptions like the Insidious movies, Oculus, The Conjuring to name a few, but beyond that, horror movies just haven't been scary at all. So in comes The Gallows, and let me just say from the start that I really wanted to like this movie. For one, it's filmed in Fresno, California, which is the city that I live in. Now nothing cool ever happens in Fresno, so I can't lie that the hype that this movie generated in and around this city kind of had me pumped to see this movie. And not only that, but I have to admit that the trailer for The Gallows really had me pumped. But let me tell you people, the trailer and its remake of Smells Like Teen Spirit, which is pretty awesome, is probably the only thing redeeming about this film. Now from the very start, The Gallows pretty much wants you to hate it. I mean, the first character that we're introduced to is a major asshole, and he pretty much just spends his time taking video of him being an asshole to his drama club classmates. The dude is totally unlikable, and he probably deserves to be nominated for this year's Razzie for Worst Character / Actor. Then again, on second thought, maybe he was a good actor, because I mean, within the first 2 minutes, I genuinely hated the guy, and I really couldn't wait for his demise, so I guess he did something right. Now, beyond the initial introduction of the film's annoying character, number one, we're introduced to a totally unbelievable and unoriginal plot. It goes pretty much something like this. In 1993, a student by the name of Charlie was accidentally hung during the school's production of The Gallows. Now let's fast forward to 2015, it's the same school doing the same play again, which even includes the same exact programs as the ill-fated 93 production. Now is it just me, or does this plot seem like it was ripped straight from an R.L. Stine Goosebumps novels? No wait, fuck that. Goosebumps are actually scarier than this horse shit. And not only that, but seriously, why the fuck would the school redo a play that ended in the tragic death of one of its students? Talk about insensitive. And then again, it's probably just me, a whiny liberal, jumping on the insensitivity train that we all love to dick ride, so let's just move right along, shall we? Now the other characters in the film include a misunderstood jock that likes the nerdy drama girl, and then we have the asshole that we previously mentioned. We have his girlfriend, who actually happens to be the daughter of Kathy Lee Gifford and Frank Gifford, and I really have to question if their status helped their daughter get this role, because she's fucking terrible. I mean, she is terrible. And in actuality, the entire cast is pretty terrible. Not only are they bad actors, but all the characters are pretty much just annoying as shit. They're pretty much just cheesy, cliched horror movie stereotypes. Okay, so enough ragging on the cast. Let's get into the actual movie. The Gallows follows in the footsteps of films like The Blair Witch Project and Paranormal Activity. Now this means you're gonna get shaky camera work and jump scares galore. Now I know that found footage horror movies are kind of an acquired taste. Some people love them, others hate them. I for one, I kind of fall into the camp of I love them as long as they're done well. However, The Gallows isn't done well. The runtime of the film is 1 hour and 22 minutes, and I swear to God that 70 minutes of this movie is pretty much spent watching the camera pointed at a floor while these mindless dumb fuck teenagers run around getting scared by loud noises. That is all this movie is. This technique is pretty much The Gallows' idea of building tension. Now for the average 13-year-old girl, this might be an effective technique. For the rest of us, including my 11-year-old son who came to see the movie with me, this technique is only effective in 2 ways. 1, making you sick, and 2, making you just wish the film was over. I mean, time after time, this movie just tries to scare the audience with loud jump noise scares. Doors slam, ladders fall, things drop on the floor, and every time it's during a moment in the movie that's kind of a quiet, silent movie, and you just start to assume that things are gonna jump out at you. It becomes predictable. You know that something loud is going to happen, and it's not fucking scary, it's just annoying. Not once in this sorry excuse for a horror film was I even remotely on the edge of my seat, and this has become a huge problem with modern horror movies. It seems like all the new scary movies coming out these days just try to pummel us with jump scare after jump scare. I mean, when are directors gonna start realizing that a well thought out story is what scares the audience, not making our ears bleed? Now, I don't want to ruin the quote unquote story of this film, but really there isn't one. The end of the film is pretty much a total mess, and it really makes no sense when you take it into context of the rest of the story. The only reason for the end scene is actually just to try to set up sequels for what the filmmakers hope will be the next new horror icon, Charlie the Hangman. That's right folks, forget Jason, forget Freddy, forget Michael Myers. Charlie the Hangman is here to bite your fucking fingers off. Seriously, Charlie? Charlie the Hangman, what the fuck? For the life of me, I don't know why they named him Charlie. All I could think of every time his name was mentioned was the classic YouTube video, Charlie Bit My Finger. It's as if the writers of this film decided that adhering to every generic horror cliche wasn't enough. No, they needed to name their supposed new horror icon one of the stupidest, most least fear-inspiring names ever. So in closing, as far as my thoughts on the movie, I just want to say avoid seeing this movie at the theater like a fucking plague. Don't make the mistake I made and waste your hard-earned cash on a movie that was obviously made on the cheap for $100,000 to be exact, and then released in the summer by Warner Brothers just to get them a little bit of extra cash, which they probably needed after the PC debacle of the new Batman game. I'm just saying. The Gallows is fucking horrible. If there was a grade lower than an F, I would actually give it that. So The Gallows is an F, but with the disclaimer of if there was a grade lower than that, I would give it that. Now in the comment section below, please let me know what you guys think. Have you seen this movie? And if you have, what did you think about it? Did you hate it as much as I did, or do you actually like it? Also, I want to know your opinions on the state of the horror genre. Do you still enjoy it, or have horror movies kind of hit a lull in the past few years? So please go ahead, let me know in the comments below, and as always, drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Now, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I do new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and I do them on a variety of topics like video game news, movie and music reviews, and pop culture news and opinion. That's it for today's video, and I'll see all of you back here Thursday on Newser. Thanks for watching.
Take much more now. I can't hold on to everything.